So, hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Jonnychipz Weekly. My name is John Lunn, aka Jonnychipz, and this is episode number 83 on Friday, the 29th of July, 2022. This one's called Innovate. Let's get on with it. So, yes, welcome back, everybody. Hope you've had a fantastic week, whatever you've been up to this week. Usual format again this week. Let's get on with it. Some community call-outs. So, first up, bookmark your calendars. Get this date in the diary. It's October the 12th to the 14th. Microsoft Ignite is back. It's a hybrid event, from what I can understand so far. We've not had all the details released to us, but it looks like there will be a big hybrid element to this year's Microsoft Ignite session, obviously due to COVID. The Ignite sessions haven't been running in person for the last couple of years. So I believe there's going to be a small gathering held in Seattle, and there's going to be regional kind of spotlight sessions as well, from what we understand so far. But the good news is it's back, something to look forward to in terms of tech events. A 3-day event, like I say, it's in a hybrid event. Maybe they might do it something similar to how they did Microsoft Build this year. But look, the details will all come out in the wash, I'm sure. But for now, go and get yourselves registered over on the Ignite website and bookmark those dates. So, yeah, good to see. Next up, SQL Bits. For those of you that didn't go, all the recordings are now up and available on the SQL Bits website or their YouTube channel. So head on over to the Twitters at SQL Bits. Go and follow the link. So there's sqlbits.com, and you can find all of the recordings, as you can see in that awesome Pac-Man image there. They're out on the website and the YouTube channel. So go and check those out. There's 196 videos. So a couple of colleagues went to SQL Bits. They said it was an absolutely awesome event, as always. So go and check that out and, fulfill your data needs. Cool. Next up, we have got a message from the Azure Container Apps team. So the product team, if you are using Azure Container Apps, or you're developing with any of those container app solutions, the product group are looking for some feedback. So if you are doing anything at the moment, please do head on over to @AZ Container App on Twitter. Follow the link. There's an aka.ms/ACA research. They're just looking to ask some questions and find some feedback on the Azure Container App service. Next up, Jeff Woolsey is reminding us that if we haven't adopted WAC Windows Admin Center, then we probably should. If we're still managing servers at that level, download, install WAC. I believe it's available on Windows 10, Windows 11. You can get it as an installer, and you can manage Windows servers from that platform. And it's a cool platform. You can do a whole heap of things. So just a quick reminder, if you've not looked at Windows Admin Center, go and take a look at it. Next up, Kevin Evans and Robin, they've got together again to do some more videos. Their latest episode is how to get yourself set up and up and running really with deploying infrastructure as code for Azure. So go and check that out. They've got their Streaming Clouds podcast / videocast, whatever we call them these days. Go and check that out and show some support in terms of having a little look-see at that video. God, I've got to keep altering my video all the time. I keep getting little mistakes in there. Go and check that out. So thanks for that, Kevin and Ryan. Big shout out to Alex. He's nearly there if you can. I mean, if you're interested in anything Jira, go and follow Alex's YouTube channel. He's been doing some absolutely fantastic videos over the last... Well, he's been doing it for a couple of years, but over the last year, he's significantly increased the output in terms of Jira how-tos, experts, top 10s, intricate detailed videos. And he's nearly at that watershed moment of 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. So go and follow Alex on the Twitters at ApeTechData and go and show him some support. New user group alert, and big shout out to the Yorkshire Azure user group. Adam Jackson retweeted out these photos. Good friend Pete was there delivering a session on the robot arm last week, which was fantastic to see. Shout out to the organisers. So Ethan and I'm not sure if it's just Ethan on his own, apologies. But go and show the group some support. Head on over to @Yorkshire Azure. Go and give them a follow, and obviously get involved in any future user group sessions that they put together. But it looks like a fantastic session, especially when there's pictures of pizza. You know it's going to be a good session. And it's great to see Pete, of course, doing his talk all around. I mean, it's a fantastic talk all around the development of that robot arm there. So big shout out to the peeps over at Yorkshire Azure. Go and give them a follow. And yes, may you continue delivering some more fantastic sessions. Next up, I missed the last Azure Cloud Native, but it looked to be a good one all around GitHub code spaces. So if you are interested, head on over. I mean, Carl's retweeted this out now, but head on over to the Azure Cloud Native YouTube channel, and I'm sure it's there available to go and give that a watch as well. So Daniel Paulus, apologies if I pronounced that wrong, Daniel, but using the power of GitHub code spaces to launch your productivity. So some really cool. A really cool session there. Go and give that a watch. In the wonderful world of IoT now, this has been something really that's been floating around. I've certainly got involved in quite a few conversations around those end-to-end IoT solutions, and sometimes people struggle, really where to begin in terms of what do I look at first? Do I look at devices? Do I look at, the solution workflow? Do I look at what reporting I need? What visualizations? And these kind of IoT solutions kind of start off with minimum viable product and kind of grow into something more, and you tweak and change and add and remove and whatever it might be. So a great little mini series here that Olivier has tweeted back out. So suggest go and give it a watch because it's got some great information there. So as it says there, integrating operational technology and information technology from the edge all the way to the cloud. So there's an IoT Mini Series. aka.ms/IoT Mini Series, and this time it's all around industrial IoT and Microsoft. So go and give that a shout, go and give it a watch. But yeah, thanks for that, Olivia. Sticking with the IoT theme, I was really intrigued to see this, that Bruno retweeted only this week, really, around a module to put on your Edge device that you can kind of turn your Edge device into an RTSP server or host an RTSP webcam, which was pretty cool, and it's definitely something that I want to go and check out and play with because obviously I've done a little bit of object detection, really thoroughly enjoy putting those solutions together, purely from the perspective of what I want to try and do with the drone and object detection and things like this. So anyway, great to see that. I'm going to go and check that out. Bruno's written a little bit of a blog article, so thanks for that, Bruno. Go and check it out if you're interested too. Shout out to the Bradford Cloud User Group. They've got their next event scheduled. They're going back to great format of the Lightning Talks. Really gets it's kind of gets people on their feet thinking in quite quick turnaround for talks. So 3 fantastic speakers. I believe it's the late in August. I think August the 25th. I want to say. Let's click on. Excuse me, hiccuping. August 25th, 6 p.m. 3 fantastic speakers. They're going to be doing some lightning talks. So go and get yourselves sorted out and registered on that one. It's going to be a good session there. And finally, sticking with the wonderful world of IoT, great to see Jim Bennett's got a new show. I mean, Jim's a fantastic person across the community over the pond there, obviously talking in and around IoT and everything that's going on in that fantastic space. He's joined by Dave Glover, and really they're talking about Azure Sphere in the terms of protecting an Altair 8800. So for those of you that don't know, that's a pretty old device, one of the first early computers, and it looks like they protected it with Azure Sphere. So go and check that out. That's no doubt going to be a fantastic episode. It's definitely on my watch list, and I'm just calling it out here on this episode. Okay, that's the community call outs for now. Let's head back on over. Okie dokie. So yes, Welsh Azure news. We have got some. Let's go and take a look at it straight away. So our next event is scheduled for August the 17th, usual time, 6:30 p.m. BST. 2 fantastic speakers again for you this month. Next month. It's still July at the moment, but in 2-3 weeks' time. We've got D Bolt. So D is going to be coming on and talking all about Azure B2B or B2C authentication and access or external access solutions. Which is the right choice? What are the pros and cons and differences between them? So helping us making the right choice with which solution we use for external access requirements. And then we got Rolf Schuten coming on to talk about Azure Chaos Studio, essentially. So from chaos to optimum with Azure Chaos Studio. So if you're interested in any of those talks, please do go and RSVP. It's up on the meetup page right now. Going to be really exciting event again. We always have our quiz with our resident quiz master, Mr. Fatunka. So, obviously come and join us for that. A little bit of fun and involvement. And if you have missed any of the Welsh Azure user group sessions, then head on over to the playlist below. So we've got a Welsh Azure user group playlist. You can see we've got 24 videos in there. We've got all the sessions over the last 2 years. Go and check them out. They're all there, I believe, bookmarked up with the session times in the description, so you can jump straight to them. But you can see we've had some absolutely fantastic speakers across that couple of years. So yeah, please do go and check that out. Okay, next up, let's motor on through. We're going to take a look at what I've been up to this week. So other bits and pieces that I've been up to with Jonnychipz on the side. So first up, big shout out to Petri, writing a couple of blog articles for Petri at the moment. The last one got published a couple of days back around Azure Sphere. So how do we secure IoT devices with Azure Sphere? Jumped into a bit of a blog article, so go and give that a little read if you can. So it's at petri.com/Azure-Sphere. If you're interested, want to understand, want to know a little bit more, I wrote that article a couple of weeks back there and it's just been published. So please do go and check that out. Equally, teamed up with the amazing Keith Atherton last week and released this video on Unity. So that 3D, 2D platform for developing games, environments, spaces, workspaces, especially in today's climate of mesh and augmented, mixed, virtual reality. Getting started with Unity is certainly something that I want to do a little bit more of to help, kind of cement those concepts in my mind with developing applications and services in that 3D space, and the kind of capabilities and the ways that we can do that. If you missed it, go and check it out. It's there. If you go to jonnychipz.com, you'll see it there in the list, or it'll be in the Schooled In playlist below. So please do go and check that out and let us know your comments. Let us know if you want us to take it in any other directions. Please do. So it is Friday, which means we've got another episode of In Convo with out tonight. Firstly, big shout out to my guest last week, Jonah Anderson. Thank you for being such an awesome guest. Fantastic episode again. If you've missed it, check it out in the playlist below. But as it is Friday, my next guest tonight is none other than Mr. Elkan Yusupov. So Elkan, for those of you that don't know, has been an app. He's an MCT. He's an MVP. He's a fantastic community advocate. He's always out there doing stuff with his Cloud Marathon blog. Publishing really great, intricate, detailed articles that are kind of helping us all learn more about cloud. He's my guest tonight, so please do join us from 6:30 p.m. BST. Like I say, he's a great guy. Really great to catch up with him and say hello. And that episode is tonight. So if you can, come and join us. It'll be a lot of fun. Okie dokie, so there we go. We are reaching the pinnacle of the show this week, and it leaves me with nothing more to say than let's head on over and do our Azure news and updates for the week. So here we are. We are in the news and updates for the week. Welcome. Like I say, I hope you like my little news studio. For those who haven't seen it before, yeah, I'm in a little news studio, but I don't know what's going on with my video there. Every time I have to tweak it because you can see behind the scenes, and we can't have that, can we? Okay, first up, let's crack on. We got a few announcements this week. Probably got about 10 different announcements. So let's start off with the first one. So first up, we've got general availability of the Microsoft Cost Details API for enterprise and Microsoft Customer Agreement customers. So MCA and EA customers have now got the ability to use that Cost Details API. There's a link there to show you the different ways that it can be used, and the post queries and URLs that can be used to contact the cost elements and what we can get back and what parameters we need to put in there. So if you are developing any application or integration with your systems and you get that cost detail out of your customer subscriptions, you'll be glad to know that that is now generally available. So go and check that out. Another generally available rich text editor in Microsoft Purview Data Catalog. So it enables you to add rich text formatting to asset or term descriptions, such as adding bolding, underlining, or making it italic. You can create tables, bulleted lists, or hyperlinks to external resources, all in that asset description. Cool to see. That's GA. Public preview announcement. Manage attributes in Microsoft Purview Data Catalog. So they allow you to define a group key value and group key value pairs that can enrich technical assets with organizational metadata. So when you discover assets in the catalog via a search or a browse, data consumers can leverage these attributes to gain context into how and why the asset is used within the organization. So it's good to see. Next up, generally available, new KMS DNS in Azure Global Cloud. So in late June 2022, Microsoft rolled out this new KMS DNS. So it was kms.core.windows.net, basically to improve Windows activation experience in the Azure Cloud, Global Cloud. Specifically, all Windows Azure Windows VMs provisioned in the Azure Global Cloud from July are activated using that KMS DNS entry, that azkms.core.windows.net. And most Azure Windows provisioned in the Azure Global Cloud before remain activated via the existing KMS DNS, which is that kms.core. The transition to the new DNS entry is transparent for any Azure Global Cloud customers. So anybody that's followed troubleshooting steps, then you might need to add 2 new IP addresses to things like network security groups or firewalls, things like that. So go and check that out. Go and make sure that your VMs are still activating, which I'm sure they are. But if you have got any issues, then refer to this article. Generally available Azure Stream Analytics in 4 new regions. So Stream Analytics is China East 3, China North 3, US Department of Defense East, and US Gov Texas. Great to see if you're working in any of those regions. Public preview, share images across subscriptions and tenants with the new Compute Gallery feature. Well, that's pretty cool. So Direct Shared Gallery is now a new feature of the Azure Compute Gallery that simplifies the sharing of resources with all users within the same subscription, same tenant, different subscription, different tenants, without the need for any auxiliary tokens. So when the gallery is shared with a target subscription tenant, all users in the subscription tenant will have read-only access to the gallery. So they can create VMs and scale sets. That's cool to see. Public preview, SQL DB output connector improvements in Stream Analytics. Fantastic. Generally available, VM applications, manage and deploy applications to VMs and VMSS. Okay, I'm not going to go into that one too much. And now there's a guided tour experience that's been added to IoT Central, which is pretty cool. So we can have the ability to use your phone, build up that test application, use a device, add a device. Good to see the expanse and the improvements and developments going on in IoT Central. Go and check it out. More generally available announcements, trusted launch support for DC SV3 and DCD SV3 series virtual machines. Great to see. And finally, last announcement this week, public preview, Azure Synapse Analytics Spark Elastic Pool Storage. So Analytics Spark pools now support Elastic Pool Storage. So Apache Spark in Azure Synapse Analytics, typo, utilize temporary disk storage while the Spark pool is instantiated. So for many Spark jobs, it's difficult to estimate the pool storage requirements, which can cause some Spark jobs to fail, or if the temporary storage is exhausted. So Microsoft have enabled the Elastic Pool Storage, which allows the Spark engine to monitor worker node temporary storage and attach additional disks if needed. No action required by the admin, and you should see less job failures as a result. So there we go. There's our Azure news and updates for the week. Let's head back on over. Okie dokie. Thanks everybody for tuning in this week. Hope you've had a great week and you have a fantastic weekend coming up, whatever it is that you're doing. So for now, I've been John Lunn. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you all next week. Bye for now.